Hello YouTube, what is up? I just thought I'd throw down a line here of what my most carried knives are. Now I've still got, a bunch in the case there, but those tend to stay in the case. Every once in a while I get through the rotation, exception of my light. Stream light's in there. There's a couple in there also, but this is the main ones that I grab for in the morning. So when I don't want to put a lot of thought into it, but it's definitely one that I know it's going to do the daily job, and I might even have an extra couple minutes during the day to play around with it or whatever to derive some enjoyment. These are the ones I go after. First up, you guessed it. Look at that bad boy, Spyderco Manix 2 Lightweight in CPM S110V. Now this thing is getting beat all up, and I'll tell you what, it still cuts like a mother. We've got this wax paper that is it's got less consistency in the grain than say newspaper, and it still whittles it. It can whittle the little curly cues out of it. Still, I never understood super steel being so much more expensive. I understood, a couple years ago, I didn't understand, what's the difference between AUS8 and S35VN or CPM S30V. I know now. I understand soft metal, how the end rolls, how the bevel roll over. Anyway, now we're getting too technical. This has brought it all together for me, though. This thing has not been sharpened, and it's still my sharpest knife here, and I've been using this one the most over the last 2 weeks. Before that, this is what it kicked off the rotation. This is probably just one of the most fun knives to fiddle around with. This is the ZT0801 Todd Rexford design. Titanium, great lockup. It's got the little steel insert there hidden. You can tell it's got a little thing there. Elmax steel. Not real thrilled with the steel on this one. Early on, I got a, I don't know if you can see it there, the bit of a chip that I'm starting, right up at towards the tip there, about a 1/4 inch down. It's got a little chunk out of it, and I'm thinking that was probably on box strapping, which was not metal, it's plastic, and I'm just not too happy about that. Although it's not a nightmare to sharpen up, although it is a hard steel, I can still sharpen it up pretty good. I like the powdered bead blast on there. It's really nice, and I'm feeling depressed. Really, that's one main reason I brought all these knives out, because I really want that ZT0801 CF carbon fiber. It's overnight become a grail knife for me, and I want it really bad. Okay, anyway. This knife kicked this one, and you kind of see the progression here. This knife kicked this one out of the rotation. This knife kicked this one out of the rotation. This is the Paramilitary 2. No bells or whistles on this one, just your basic. It's got the CPM S30V, some more of Spyderco's powder metallurgy design. It's a beater. Already lost a screw on it, but it's not too difficult to sharpen up, and it keeps its edge. Oh, I think I just sharpened that one. As you can see, I'm using these. It got scuff marks. The ends are all goopied up with glue still. Paramilitary 2, though, every knife collection should have a Paramilitary 2. Okay, and then before that, it was the another Todd Rexford design. This is the Injection. I wish that ZT would make a version of this. I know they do the Rexford, ZT does the Rexford there, but I wish that they would tackle this with the higher quality materials and call it a ZT, and maybe with some M390 steel or something along those lines. I like this knife. A little rough around the edges. The engagement points are a little unrefined. I'm not going to do a mini review on every one of these, because I already have videos that I'm going to be doing on all of them. I don't want to get too far into it. Here's my 0550. I like the first gen ones. I like the clip design better. I'm not a big fan of the deep carry wraparound clip. I like it. I like it a lot. This thing is buttery. Okay, now it's not working. Oh, buttery smooth. You got to get past that detent. Very nice knife. Love this knife. S35VN. Good steel. Dun-dun-dun. Yeah, takes an edge pretty good. Like it. I'd like to get an aftermarket scale. That's the only knock on this knife. I think that's butt ugly and an afterthought. Then I've got my my cloned Unmumzon, which is just one of the most buttery smooth knives ever. All full titanium. It's supposed to be S35V in steel. I don't know. It acts like a good steel. So I don't know on that. Thing is really, really, really good. I mean, lockup is decent on it. Only thing that is steel on this and not titanium is the clip. That's how you can tell it's a knockoff, among a couple other things. But it's a beautiful knife. It really is. Some shots of it there. Very, very nice. And then, of course, the Kershaw Blur. Love the Blur. Love it. Read a Vince Flynn book, his Mitch Rapp novels, and the assassin that was sent to kill him was packing a HK 416 rifle, and this was his backup, an all-black tactical Blur. I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. And the knife that started all, actually not started all, but started my collectioning up again. Bought this used a couple years back. Manix 2. Love it. Sold it. Bought it back again because I had to give it. This, actually, while I said that, is the knife that started all. This is a first gen Endura Clip It. First gen. Over 20 years old. It's got the Gen 1 steel. GIN1 steel. Which is like I'll say, just sharpen this one up on the sharp maker over there. Alright, this is kind of a manic video. I just wanted to go through all this real quick. That's my main rotation right there. And I love it. Love to see your guys' rotations. Peace!